Scientists think there might be a huge onion chilling somewhere out there in space. Not an actual one, of course, but something even crazier. Stars stacked inside each other, layer upon layer. These fascinating objects called gravastars could be distant cousins of black holes. But more importantly, they might hold the key to understanding some of the greatest mysteries in the universe, dark energy and even other dimensions. Let's start with gravity. Over a century ago, Albert Einstein helped us understand how gravity works. It turns out it's not just something that pulls things down on Earth or makes apples fall on Newton's head. It's much wilder. It's about warping the very fabric of existence itself. Imagine tossing a heavy ball, like a bowling ball, onto the middle of your bed. What happens to the sheets? They dip, don't they? They stretch and sag around the ball. Now, if you roll a smaller ball, like a marble, across the bed, it doesn't move in a straight line anymore. Instead, it starts circling the heavy ball, rolling closer and closer, as if the heavy ball is pulling it in. That's gravity. But instead of bed sheets, we're talking about the fabric of space and time itself. Or space-time for short. Heavy objects like planets and stars create dents in space-time, and moons, planets, or even light move along these curves. Gravity is the shape that tells them where to go. If that's the case, then you can guess that black holes are like the ultimate heavy balls, the heaviest, in fact. Their gravity is so intense that it shrinks them down, making them smaller and smaller. So tiny they could fit in the palm of your hand, yet still hold the mass of several suns. Some of them are so massive they could hold over 40 billion solar masses in something no bigger than a city. It's absurd. They create a bottomless pit in space-time with gravity so extreme that nothing can escape, not even light. This boundary, known as the event horizon, is one of the most terrifying places in the universe. Once something crosses it, there is no coming back. But gravastar, they are something much stranger. Like black holes, they are incredibly dense. But instead of being pits of endless gravity, they might contain something unexpected at their core, dark energy. This is one of the biggest mysteries of the universe. Dark energy is an invisible force that seems to be pushing the universe apart faster and faster. It's the opposite of gravity. While gravity tries to pull things together, dark energy is doing everything it can to stretch reality itself. Luckily for us, dark energy has been winning so far. Otherwise, the universe would have collapsed into itself long ago. But here's the problem. Scientists have no idea what dark energy actually is. They can see its effects, they know it's everywhere, but they can't explain it. However, if dark energy is somehow trapped inside gravastars, then maybe we're one step closer to solving this puzzle. The term gravastar stands for gravitational condensate star, and it was first proposed in 2006 by physicists Paul Mazur and Emil Motola. They asked a simple question. What if, instead of forming a black hole, a collapsing star could do something else? What if just before becoming a singularity, dark energy inside it pushed outward, stopping the collapse? It would be like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. The star wouldn't collapse completely, it would balance itself out, forming a strange layered structure. And here's where things get even weirder. Some scientists believe that gravastars might not just be single objects. Instead, they could be stacked inside one another, one gravastar within another, like cosmic nesting dolls. Each layer would have its own bubble of dark energy, surrounded by a thin shell of matter. The outermost layer would hold a smaller gravastar inside, which in turn would hold another, and another, and another. It's like a series of balloons, perfectly balanced, none of them popping or collapsing under the weight. The air inside each one is dark energy, and the rubber of the balloon is the thin matter shell holding it together. Strangely enough, this actually makes the theory more realistic, because the thicker the layers, the more stable the structure becomes. But perhaps the most fascinating idea of all is what this could mean for the origins of the universe itself. If a gravastar forms instead of a black hole, then what happens to the matter at its core? Some scientists believe that instead of getting trapped, it could implode through the center, creating an entirely new dimension, a new universe. In other words, what if our own universe was born inside a gravastar? If this theory is correct, then gravastars might not just be the key to dark energy, they could be the missing link between black holes, the expansion of the cosmos, and the very fabric of reality itself. The universe may be far stranger than we ever imagined.